settle gently into this moment, allowing your body to arrive fully, supported and steady, noticing that nothing is required of you except to listen and experience. And as your eyes softly close or your gaze becomes unfocused, take a slow, comfortable breath in and an easy breath out, signaling to your nervous system that it is safe to receive new information. Because today this session is less about facing fear and more about reshaping identity. And identity is the deepest driver of how the mind and body respond automatically. As your breathing finds a natural rhythm, feel the subtle alignment of your body, the quiet dignity of being upright or comfortably supported, noticing how posture alone communicates confidence to the nervous system, not forced or rigid, but balanced and grounded. And allow that posture to soften into something relaxed yet strong. Bring awareness gently into your feet, sensing their connection to the ground or their remembered connection, feeling how steadiness begins at the base and rises upward naturally, without effort. And then allow awareness to move into your core, the center of balance and stability, imagining it calm, responsive, and reliable. Because confidence is not tension, it is trust in your ability to respond. As you breathe, notice how the breath supports this trust. Each inhale gently expanding awareness, each exhale settling it into the body. And recognize that breath is one of the fastest ways your subconscious communicates calm to itself. Today, begin to notice how you describe yourself internally when you think about heights. And without analyzing or judging, simply observe any labels that arise: anxious, unsteady, fearful, overwhelmed. Recognizing that these labels are not facts. They are habits of language that have reinforced an outdated self-image. As you remain calm, imagine gently setting those old labels aside, not arguing with them, simply acknowledging that they once made sense and no longer apply, because you are changing, and the subconscious adapts to new evidence quickly when it is presented with clarity and repetition. Begin to introduce new descriptions of yourself, not as affirmations you must force, but as observations you are allowing your mind to explore, such as someone who remains composed, someone who observes sensations without panic, someone who stays grounded even when elevated. And notice how your body responds to these descriptions, perhaps with subtle relaxation or curiosity, because the subconscious recognizes truth when it feels embodied. Imagine now yourself at a moderate height, a familiar setting you have practiced before, and notice how you arrive there differently, standing with relaxed confidence, shoulders settled, breath steady, gaze calm. And observe how fear no longer defines your posture or movement, because your identity has shifted from someone who reacts to someone who observes. As you remain in this imagined scenario, notice how confidence feels, not loud, not dramatic, but quiet and steady, a natural extension of presence. And allow this sensation to imprint, because the brain learns who you are by how you feel repeatedly in specific contexts. Bring awareness to your breath again, noticing how it remains smooth and unbroken, even in the imagined presence of height. And understand that this is a powerful signal to the nervous system, teaching it that calm is not fragile. It travels with you. If any activation appears, notice it with curiosity, labeling it as sensation rather than danger, and watch how it naturally softens when it is no longer fed by catastrophic interpretation, reinforcing the idea that capability includes the ability to allow and regulate sensation. Allow your mind now to picture future versions of yourself encountering height-related situations, not as dramatic victories, but as ordinary moments handled with ease, perhaps pausing briefly, breathing, grounding, and continuing. And notice how these images feel believable, because they are based on skills you are already practicing, not fantasies detached from reality. As these images repeat, your subconscious begins storing them as memory templates, and memory shapes automatic response, meaning that calm begins showing up without conscious effort. Let yourself feel what it is like to trust your own nervous system, to know that you can feel sensations without losing control, to know that you can remain present without bracing, and recognize that this trust is confidence, not the absence of fear, but the absence of identification with fear. Gently affirm within yourself, without strain or insistence, I am capable of calm, allowing these words to describe your experience rather than try to change it. And notice how the body aligns with this description. Posture adjusting subtly, muscles releasing unnecessary tension, breath deepening naturally. Imagine now that confidence is integrated into your movement, the way you stand, the way you walk, the way you look ahead rather than down. And notice how this integration feels effortless, because the subconscious adopts what feels coherent and embodied. As you stay with this experience, understand that identity is reinforced through repetition. And each time you respond to height with presence rather than panic, the old identity weakens and the new one strengthens, naturally and automatically. Imagine yourself completing an exposure calmly, stepping away without urgency, feeling regulated and grounded afterward, and recognize how this ending is critical, because the brain learns from how experiences conclude, and calm endings teach safety. Allow this sense of capability to spread through the body, not as excitement, but as quiet assurance, settling into muscles, nerves, posture, and breath, becoming familiar, accessible, and reliable. As this session continues, imagine your subconscious updating its self-image file, replacing outdated labels with accurate ones. Resilient, capable, calm, steady, and notice how these new descriptors feel increasingly natural, because your experiences now support them. Bring awareness back once more to the physical sensations of grounding, the real support beneath you, the present moment, and carry with you the understanding that fear is no longer central to who you are. It is simply information that passes through, while calm, capability, and presence remain. As you prepare to return, remind yourself that this identity shift does not require maintenance or effort. It unfolds through continued experience and repetition.